Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things that are going on in the world of celebrities and the world of social media. First and foremost, thank you so much, my Rays of Light. That's the name that I decided to call all of you out there, my soul family that support me here on my YouTube channel. So I'm very grateful for you and love you so much and all the support that you give. I am at 21,000 subscribers officially today, I believe sometime in the early morning. I looked at the numbers, I glanced at them, and I'm just so happy and so proud that I have so many of you that are tuning in and new subscribers that are, well, that are coming onto the channel. So thank you so much for being here and supporting me. Let me just adjust this camera just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. The first thing is I got a paper cut this morning. Well, not a paper cut. I was opening a box, and you know how it's like a paper cut, but those boxes are made out of, cardboard. So it's really strong on the edge, and there's nothing like a paper cut or like a cut like that from a box to really kind of awaken you. So I'm dealing with an injured finger here, a thumb. But that's not the highlight. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on. The first thing is Instagram and Facebook having issues. Did y'all see that? Like, everybody has had social media frenzy. They can't, people are frustrated. I know I wasn't able to post to Instagram or Facebook, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I found out that they're having a massive outage. I really do feel like these are issues that shouldn't be happening, being that Facebook and Instagram are a multi-billion-dollar company, if not in trillions. They shouldn't be having these issues. It's a big inconvenience, and I think that they're trying to streamline some of the things that are going on, like the bugs and issues with the applications, and also security breaches and things like that on these programs. But I really don't trust a lot of the security. So those of you that are on Facebook, just kind of be sure to be careful with who you accept friend requests from, because if you don't know who they are, a lot of people are getting duplicated accounts. And this is something that's not new. This is nothing new, but here more so recently, there's a lot of people that are duplicating accounts and sending your friends, going through your friends list. There's a way on Facebook to make your friends where other people can't see them if you're if they go onto your page. So I would definitely set it to a privacy, the strictest privacy that you can, unless you have like a public page and you're not worried about that. But there's just so much going on that was so crazy. And then Felicity Huffman and Lori Lothman? She was Lori is from that show Full House. For those of you in the 1990s that used to watch Full House, Rebecca, remember Rebecca? She was the wife supposedly to what is it, Stamos, on that show. She was supposedly she was part of this college bribery scam. Officially what they were doing, her and Felicity Huffman, as well as 50 other people, they were paying for their children to pass the college entrance exams, like to get into certain colleges, and some people would say, that is only things that celebrities do, but it's not celebrities. There's a lot of rich people, rich families that have money, access to money, and they would go and hire this firm or this people that they know, contacts, to get their children into the school. And I feel like this is something that the government is doing that is good. This is something that the government should be doing. So kudos to the FBI and to the government for doing this, because I feel like this is something that's not right when it comes into people. A lot of us out there, I know for myself, I had to pass a college entrance exam, and a lot of people have to pass a college entrance exam to get in to a college, and if you work really hard for it, it's not fair to the people who work hard for it, and those that don't work hard, they get a free pass, or they just get into any kind of college because their parents, pay for it. And I also feel like there are people who have degrees in Hollywood and degrees that are in these rich elite socialite, groups that they're not authentic degrees. They're people who have paid for their degrees and this doctoral, you know, title that they carry. So it's kind of scary when you really think about it, like who really out there is really a doctor and who has paid their way, or parents have paid their way for their children to earn these kind of privileges. That's very, you know, corrupt system. So that is something, you know, I really have to say that I commend the government on doing, and getting that taken care of. It's like this needed to have been done like a long time ago. I don't know, let me know in the comment section below if you agree. I also feel like, you know, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of crazy things that are going on in Hollywood, and I feel like it's only going to get more out there. Like, so far we've seen nothing but, you know, like R. Kelly, Jussie Smollett, and we've seen, you know, other African Americans coming to the forefront. But like I told y'all, there's going to be white people that are also being exposed. Like, it's coming out, Weinstein, you know, and people like him are going to be exposed. And this is a year of revelation. It's a year of exposure of a lot of these things. And what is happening is that consciousness is evolving. So a lot of people are, the universe is karmically cleaning up a lot of this that has been going on. I was going through my Facebook today, and there was this ad or something. It was some kind of ad, and it was talking about human trafficking, and how they had found there was in 2013 or 14 there was some company, I can't remember what state, was it Pennsylvania or somewhere, that they had this manufacturing facility, and they were taking people's dead bodies and cutting out their organs, I guess when they were in the morgue or whatnot, and they were selling them on the black market. Heaven knows what they were doing with the bodies. They were taking body parts and stuff. So like, this is very sadistic. It's very dark, very macabre. It's very satanic. Like I said, there's definitely a darkness to Hollywood. There's definitely a darkness in the world. People refer to it as the black market, but I refer to it as being satanic and just dark in nature. Very scary. I'm not one to be a conspiracy theorist and talk about that here on my channel, but I really do believe that a lot of people are being abducted in these human trafficking cases, and they are being used, their body organs are being sold, cut out and sold, and their bodies just disposed of in whatever kind of way. Some people have said that some of these bodies were actually are being used as meat, which is very graphic, and it's sickening when you think about it, and it makes me sick to my stomach that people could be using people's body parts and using them as meat and meat facilities. Is so gross. That in itself makes me want to go vegan, you know, in many ways, because the reason that I say that is because here lately there's been a lot of meat, like I really don't eat a lot of fast food, but some meats, you know, whenever I do get some fast food, which is kind of, you know, we all do at one point or another, they don't taste like chicken or beef, you know, it tastes different. So I don't know if these are additives that they're putting in, but I've noticed that, and I don't know if y'all have noticed that in some of the meats that y'all buy, but it's really gross, and it makes me feel like, are they substituting? I know for a fact that some companies in China, they will you know, make these huge shrimps and stuff, but I actually saw a video of what they do. They pump in this kind of clear chemical to kind of amp up the actual shrimp and make it like a jumbo shrimp, but what's really, it looks like meat on the inside, is really not meat. It's just like this filler fluid or substance that they put in. So there's a lot of crazy things going on. But as far as like these rituals and these sacrifices and people being as far as like their body parts being sold on the black market, I do believe that does exist. And where I live in South Texas, there has been a lot of unexplained abductions of just bodies, you know, just people just disappearing, and there's no trace whatsoever. And these are adults, they're not children. So, you know, whether it's a child or it's an adult, it's wrong and it's evil, and it's something that needs to really be addressed because it's scary. You know, if you are going out at night, especially, and you are a female, or you are just by yourself, and you need to stay off of your phones. That's a piece of advice. I've heard a lot of stories here where I live at that you people that have gone, women have gone to like the local Walmart at the nighttime, and there's like this van that's very, you know, full of guys, and they've been circling the parking lot, and they have to walk with their car, you know, to their car. And one lady had commented on a social media site that she had seen a group of men waiting out there. She had her small child with her, and she was pushing a shopping cart, and when she got to her car, the van started approaching her real quickly, and they had the door kind of semi-open, so she managed, by the grace of God, to kind of like just slam her door shut and get in her car and turn it on, and lock the doors, but and get away. But and she reported it to the police department. But I feel like, you know, a lot of people are zombies to their phones. Like if you go out, you know, most people are like this on their phone, and they're just looking at their phone. They're not looking and paying attention. And I'm quite the opposite. When I am out shopping, or I'm out in the public, or I'm out running errands, I am always making eye contact. I don't look at my phone until I'm either in a waiting area or I'm sitting down, and then I will look at my phone, because I really feel like we are becoming slaves and zombies to our phones. Technology has really done that to us. It's dummied us down, you know, a lot. Whereas our parents and our grandparents, you know, in past generations, in the 1990s, 1980s, 70s, you know, as far as you go back, you know, we didn't have that kind of they didn't have that kind of technology that we have today with smartphones. So a lot of people in the internet, so people weren't really looking down at their phones, or were making eye contact. But now if you go to places, you'll see that most people are not even doing that at all. They're just looking at their phones, and they're not paying attention. So for those of you that are out there, be sure to pay attention. But most of all, like if you're taking public transportation, or you're taking like an Uber or Lyft, you know, a lot of drivers have concerns about who are coming in, but who they're, you know, transporting to a different destination. But I also feel like if you are a rider of these public transportation systems, you need to kind of trust your gut and your instincts, you know, when you're approaching that. Because I also had seen a story circulating about this girl who had gone into a Lyft, it was a Lyft vehicle, I believe, or an Uber vehicle, and as she got in the vehicle, there was another guy in there supposedly being transported. But when she got in, she looked at the eyes of that guy that was sitting right next to her in the back seat, and that guy made eye contact with the guy in the front, and the guy in the front wouldn't answer her questions, and they locked the doors. So she had to immediately, she said she didn't feel something was right. She said, "Open the door, I'm getting out." And he was hesitant, but he actually did it, so she got out. But there's like a lot of these cases that, you know, really people need to really trust. You need to trust your instinct and whatever you're feeling out there, because there's just craziness going on. Okay, there's so much to cover today, but I'm just doing more like a discussion than any kind of psychic reading today, giving you my thoughts, kind of updating you, trying to incorporate some talking points, be more in front of the camera for you, and just get your feedback as my rays of light out there. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was R. Kelly. One of my rays of light sent me a link. There was some stories circulating that apparently Azrael, I believe, and Jocelyn, they had, you know, were at the Trump Towers in Chicago, and I guess in the condo where R. Kelly lives, and the police were called out there because there was this supposedly anonymous tip that they were going to carry out a suicide pact. So it's crazy, 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 because in the reading that I did originally for R. Kelly, on R. Kelly, back when, you know, about a month ago, or a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months. It's been quite some time, but if you go to my playlist on my YouTube channel, you can just type in R. Kelly psychic reading and it'll pop up. But in that, I said that specifically I felt like he would get to the point or have thoughts of suicide, which I really feel like it's true. Some people are thinking that TMZ and all these news sources are running with stories and fabricating them, but I do feel like there is some truth in that. Not that necessarily in this instance, but you know, as far as R. Kelly is concerned, and these girls, you know, a lot of them are saying that they suffer from Stockholm syndrome. But whatever the case is, you know, I'm not here to judge anyone. This is just my opinion, and this is like a powwow with y'all. I want to know what you think about all of this, because it's crazy. First of all, why would someone out of state make an anonymous tip and know that that is like a federal crime to report something that's false, you know, and it didn't happen? Because any number can be traced regardless of where you're at that is just insane. But like I said, this Mercury retrograde has everything so insane. People are acting erratic, and it's just like, it's crazy. I can't believe it. Then I go on to see an article about what is the name? Prodigy's frontman Keith Flint hanged himself to death, according to the coroner's report. It says here the Essex County Coroner's Office released its report Monday on the singer, who was found dead 1 week ago. The reports confirmed that Flint's bandmates said shortly after the news broke he had died. Prodigy founder Liam Howlett said Keith had taken his own life, leaving him shell-shocked, effing angry, and confused and heartbroken. The coroner is still completing toxicology testing, but is confirming there is no foul play involved in Keith's death. I find it hilarious that people will, you know, these writers of these articles will put that there was confirmed there's no foul play. How do we know that? Like, you know, how many of these celebrities is it going to be? Like, all of them? You're going to tell me that every single celebrity out there is hanging themselves or is committing suicide out there? You know, that's just, it's crazy what is being put out in the media, and the truth is not there. It's not there. You know, these are stories that they want people to believe, that sell tabloids, etc. But, I mean, we are hearing like Robin Williams, you know, and just Kate Spade, and the list goes on and on with all of these deaths about hanging themselves. I don't buy it. I don't believe it one bit. And Christoph, you know, the guy from Young and the Restless that had passed, you know, just here, you know, recently. I mean, all these deaths that are occurring just don't make any kind of sense at all. It's just, it's a fabrication, etc. Interestingly enough, I wanted to talk about also about, you know, whether reptilian people exist or they don't. Because I feel like this is something that has been asked also for me to talk about it, and I don't want to do like a whole video dedicated to it, but I will say that the reptilians do exist, and there are a lot of people that you would see now that are well known, that are in humanoid form, and celebrities that are reptilian, and this is like an alien type of race. So sitting here behind the camera, I'm telling you, I'm not delusional. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am a psychic first and foremost. I'm a clairvoyant and a spiritual medium. But I'm also very in tune with, as a starseed, with other beings out there. When I look at them, you can just tell that there are a lot of these reptilians in particular. They will shapeshift. They will shift. Their eye color will shift. A lot of their facial features will shift. There is a celebrity female that is very known for her outfits early on in her career, and she just has, you know, kind of transformed into a more softer side. I won't give any names out of respect, but she has won some recent accolades, and she has started off as a singer, and I will say she's from New York, and she's Italian. But I will say that, you know, that this person is reptilian, and I think a lot of people may know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to give any names out of privacy. But there's so many other people out there you'd be surprised that are reptilian in nature, and it's basically they are people that were born in human form, but I really believe that their DNA has been altered by we all have that, how can I explain this so it's not so difficult? We all have that reptilian gene or that DNA in us, but some of us don't have that activated. Like, it's dormant and it will never be activated at all. And then there's some people that have this gene that is activated. How it activates, it just depends. I feel like it's with, you know, certain carriers, it's like a carrier. And that gene is activated, that person has that tendency. They're still human, they still can reproduce, and they still can do things that other people can do. But what makes them, it's not like people depicted out there that they are this lizard kind of reptilian, this is just a skin, they pull it off. that's not what a reptilian is, but again, there are some people that believe that that's the case. I do feel like these people tend to have a lesser life expectancy. Their bodies are more susceptible to disease that are reptilian. They do have a lot of sensitivity to the daylight. Maybe they're more nocturnal in nature. I do feel like they're very interconnected with other planetary systems, and they do have this keen awareness about what's going on around them. So they are there, and they do exist, and they're very real. And I do feel like our government, or at some point, knew about it or knows about it. It's been documented somewhere, but some people will beg to differ that maybe they are, you know, actual like reptilian, you know, lizards in human form. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like they do have human DNA, but at the same time they have reptilian DNA as well. And there may be hybrids, you know, there may be some that actually are part reptilian, they just can tear off their skin or whatever. But for the most part, what I know and how I know is not because I'm one. I'm not a reptilian, but I have like being a starseed, I'm Pleiadian, so I have a lot of those connections to extraterrestrials and stuff. Not that I communicate with them, but sometimes I'll get like connections to them. It's crazy to talk about it because a lot of you may not understand or even know, but for those of you that are starseeds will know that we get universal downloads, and it's a whole complicated thing. But it's not like I have connections with, you know, ETs or with aliens, but I have had some experiences with that. So yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to talk about in this video. So this was quite a different type of mashup, or just a powwow story time with y'all, but whatever you want to call it. But I really enjoyed it, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any video requests on anyone that I haven't done, I know that I have one for Sid Vicious. I believe I said his name right. And I will be doing a video on him, and then some historical figures like Amelia Earhart. I'm going to be doing, you know, some of the Egyptian culture, a lot of them. So I want to thank you so much again for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram when it's back up and working at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to pick up an autographed copy of my book Starseed Footsteps at my website, and also to book a private reading if you're interested in getting a private reading, and that's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Oh, and don't forget Tea with Spirit show, which is airing every Tuesday. So you can write into the show, like I've said before. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.